Yeah, first of all, that basically told, gave them the name of the company and you know, the one you were dealing with. He said, yeah, I sort of. I even went to his office one day. I even went to his office. It never came out. Okay. That's what it is. A while back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea. My engineer had a problem with the problem. Yeah, I said, well, I don't know about it. I don't want to know about it. All I know is I got screwed out the whole time. I went through the same situation when it's been named your town engineer. And, paperwork that I got from 2000. That's the way I took it. The other thing was filed. You know, you don't have to. She was good. Well, I could order the paperwork. Right. From the state.
Yeah. All right, good evening. This is, our Sterling Inland Wetland and Water Course Commission. Tonight's our special meeting. And we were meeting at Sterling Town Hall Municipal Building. Today is Thursday, May 8th, 2025. We're 1183 Plainfield Pike, and we go Connecticut, we're 15, time is 6:02. Make the college meeting to order. Tonight we have with us Commissioners Hawkins, Commissioner McGarry, Commissioner Dunn, and our alternate commissioner, Sam Stone, will be sitting in for Commissioner Herman. Number 2 is pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible. All right, under item number 3 is our approval of minutes. We have the February 27th with us. No, we have Mr. Under the new business, item number 5 on the minutes. Second to the last sentence on the page. It just says, noting no significant impact on wetlands, and I'd like to see the word just significant crossed out, so there's no impact on wetlands. It was significant. Not going to be on. Okay. Anybody else have any concerns with this one? No.
Make motions to alleviate that from the sentence.
As for on, as I mentioned, the significant word.
I'll second.
Second, okay, we have a second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carried. All right. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Yeah, I'll second.
We have a second. All those in favor? Aye. So approved. Okay. Unanimous. Item, let me see, we have the March with us too. And March and April, we didn't have a quorum, correct?
There was no minute.
There's nothing really to.
Yeah, it's just, piece of paper that says it's one. That's all that was submitted.
Okay. All right, we locked the quorum for the last, March and April, so there's no real minutes to approve of that. We're gonna move on to item number 4, correspondence. Joe, do you have anything?
No.
No. Item number 5 is unfinished business, and we'll move right on to, new business, which is an application by, James M. Davis at 36 Porter Pond Road. Map block is 3646-27-13.
For the record, Bob DeLuca with CLA Engineers, this is a one lot first split at 36 Porter Pond Road. I'm representing Jamie Davis. Currently, there's a house on the lot and there's also a barn on the lot, and the idea is to cut the existing house or create a new 8-acre parcel. This is 11 acres altogether, create a new 8-acre parcel that includes the barn, using the existing driveway to the barn, and leaving the existing house on a 3-acre parcel. This is shown where the lot line is. There's quite a bit of wetlands on the parcel.
There's like the wetlands.
Bob Russo from our office flagged the wetlands. And he signed the plans. So we did testing out there for the septic system and determined the only viable spot for the leach field is on this finger of land back here. So,
Did you, give us a report for the wetlands?
he didn't provide a letter, no.
No.
This shows where the, proposed work is being done, the proposed house, is being situated in this upland area, the east side of the parcel. And then further east, the leach field is on this, in this upland area. Pieces of the leach field are within, at least the primary systems outside the regulated area, but I'm sorry, there's 2 pieces to the primary system, so half the system is within the regulated area. So what's proposed is a 5-bedroom house. Lead is pretty shallow in this area, that's why the leach field isn't down here. Septic tank, pump chamber that will pump in an 1.5-inch pipe that runs up here to the leach field. There's a small finger of wetland, about 100 square feet of disturbance that we're crossing here with the pipe. Pipe will be about 4 feet deep for frost and be a temporary disturbance. If you note on your application, we were showing about 400 feet of disturbance because at the time we submitted this, we were attempting to put the house up here and so there was a driveway through here. But at this point, it'll just be that pipe crossing. About 100 square feet of disturbance. We got the letter back from the health department, the B100A that says this is viable as far as a lot split. We also had a sign off from the zoning officer, John Kuzkowski, regarding the lot split. So this is the last piece we need prior to getting a final approval and construction. Can you answer any questions?
So the septic system, you have to pump to it?
Correct. You have to pump the effluent to it, it flows into a tank, and then the effluent would go into a small pump chamber. And then, go up to the leach field. Pretty typical systems. When you.
No, I know they're
That battle
using everything.
rate.
This is kind of outside of the focus, but what happens, how good are the pumps?
Like your well pump, how often do you change your well pump?
It's almost like a trash pump kind of situation, or?
It's not a trash pump because it's effluent only. You're not grinding, it's not a grinder pump or anything like that. It's just effluent pump.
Yeah.
So
They have like lights and. you have to-
Oh, yeah,
Light out, so
there's-
pumps there.
there's 2 pumps there too, so if
Oh,
one,
it's a double?
yeah, they alternate, and if one breaks down, it gives you an alarm, but you still have the second one pumping, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So from that standpoint, it's a little more redundant than a well pump. And,
Yeah.
if you consider how reliable a well pump is, you don't really think of it as an issue.
There's no other avenue where to put that release.
We tested throughout, a lot, I mean, if you look at the, I mean, this chunk is all wetland, this is all wetland. We tested throughout here. It's too shallow, likely too shallow.
You don't know it up, right? You had that.
Correct, you would have had to, create an area, they'd have to test it, and, it would have been cost prohibitive to try to put something there. You still have to put the house on it too, so. This was just too narrow to fit the house and the septic system.
There's a repair area too.
Correct, yeah. And the health department reviewed this, and assigned it, we did test this back here, and they met the criteria. Ideally, we were trying to put it in this area here.
Is this the whole lot that we see right here?
Yes,
Whole
this
property?
is everything, this is 11 acres,
Okay.
the split is here. This is the existing house, and their septic system is here.
I'm sorry, what's this split again?
It's about right here.
I see.
It's right here.
Okay.
So the existing house is on more or less a rectangular piece that narrows in the back, and the remainder of the lot is within the. There's already an existing driveway here that goes to the barn, so that would just continue onto the house.
The existing barn's gonna stay?
Yeah, correct.
Oh, I see, so the driveway just goes around the barn.
Yeah, the driveway more or less ends here, where the barn was, and we just continue it through the wetland, through the yachting area, to the house.
I think this one.
Not officially, but I got a sign for Christmas one year, it's stuck up there.
It's up there. Right.
Bob, do you have any, knowledge of any wetlands to the east? Above the residence there on the Klein
Well,
property, or?
I don't, I mean, I'm looking at. We do have the soils listed. I mean, this is showing a 61B, which is acres in Canton, Charlton, right? And-
Okay.
And that seems to hold. So, I'm guessing the wetland. I think the wetland continues this way and this way. Based on what this soil designation is, I don't think it continues that way. Yeah, this is pretty clear. This soil is all free over here and it just wraps right around.
Yeah. Those are higher elevations to the east, so it's probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not even.
See, these are.
Oh, look at all the test pits, yeah, and, you did a bunch here, and then those turned out to be 1, 2, 3. And when we were trying to place a septic system in, and we ended up with the rest of them, that's why there's 8 total.
Where's all the wetland disturbance?
Oh, it's just this tiny little point here, that's the only disturbance.
Trying to get a little understand, and then this is the outline there, wetland,
Yes, yes.
so it goes right down close to the road.
Yeah, let me just give you the whole piece of it. This thing now is wetland wrapped around it. There's the barn. There's all wetlands on this.
How
side,
do
too.
they cross the wetland now?
There's a pipe right there, and there's a gravel driveway.
Oh, I see, okay, there's the
Yeah,
pipe.
yeah.
So where's the road back gonna go?
The road's gonna use the road with the pipe that's already there. It's just gonna continue through the upland.
Oh,
The
okay.
existing gravel is gonna continue. Yeah, so the only,
Nothing on the boundary here,
no, the only disturbance is this little finger, little pointy,
yeah,
that we have to bring the pipe through.
understood.
Oh, so the additional part of the driveway from the barn to the house, there's no other.
There's no disturbance.
Out of that 400, like you said, is just a miscue from the pipe going for disturbance. going
Yeah,
for-
well, no, it's actually only 100. We originally were trying to put the house here, and we were bringing the driveway through here, and when we submitted that application.
Oh, okay, there's the.
That's where the 400 came from. But it's much smaller now, and this is temporary, that would have been permanent. This is just, putting the pipe in, backfilling, and then restoring it.
Okay. Well, this is just all the text, so where did you see their soil information? Oh, right here.
Yeah, well, as part of, your requirements, we're required to put these. This is the NRCS soil designations, so this is the line. And they don't always coincide with where
yeah.
wetlands are, but you can see this is number 3, which is all the low numbers are
Yeah.
wetland soils. So that's basically showing that this whole swath is wetland. I was saying that up above here is a 69, which
Oh, I
I
see.
can't read that, which I think is Ken Chow, which is.
Yeah.
Public soil. My guess is that wetland doesn't continue up on the east.
Oh, you were just looking at grades too, because it's kind of going
Yeah,
this way.
yeah.
So, didn't know what. And,
I mean, the problem is the water is sitting on top of the ledge there. As soon as you dig, that's why it's.
Yeah, there's ledge, you mentioned ledge in there.
Yeah, there's ledge less than a foot where the house is going, so.
you mentioned this, but is the house on slab or basement?
That's up to the client, how much money he wants to spend.
We're gonna put a $30,000 hole in.
Yeah, I'm sorry, what?
We're gonna put a $30,000 hole in, I think.
You know, last,
I think so.
Dude, what do you think?
I don't see any issues, the test pits, where the septic, they show well drained soil, so
far east.
I don't see any issues with that, yeah, up over the, yeah. Test pits,
That was more than anything.
6 and 8.
Yeah, it's 7 and 8 there, so this is, must be, 5 and 6 there.
And the disturbance area, to put that in to the, wetland boundaries is pretty close though, right?
Where, probably, I mean, it's like I have a dimension here. We're probably go 50 feet to the primary, but to grading, and we're probably 30 to 40 feet away.
How many square feet of disturbance did you say it is now?
Disturbance of wetlands?
Yeah.
That's the 100, that's this little, bringing this
100?
little 1 inch, 100 square feet, yeah. I'm assuming an area 10 by 10 or something, but I'm sure it's honestly less than that. And that's a one time, that's, you bury the pipe and,
Temporary
yeah,
disturbance. Generally and everything else, what we've done in the past and we've. Well, I went through the courts too, not through this town and everything, is any impact to a wetland is a significant impact. Now, we're looking at a temporary impact here and something that's only about 100 square feet. And I hate to see that be thrown into a significant impact. designation as according to, our regulations. So I'm gonna actually be more in favor that it's still a minor impact. To that area because it's, temporary in nature and approximately 100 or less square feet. I don't see a need to have a public hearing and everything based on that amount of disturbance. Yeah. Other than that, then, do you have anything else? We'll entertain a motion. We had this in front, that one in front of us last month, right? It's already been accepted.
Say again?
Yeah, 2 months ago,
Yeah, 2 months ago.
but you guys didn't have to vote.
Making sure.
Yeah.
All right, we have a motion. We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second? We have a second. Commissioner Hopkins. Any further discussion on this? All those in favor? Opposed? So carried, it's been approved.
Thank you.
Next thing on the agenda is an application by John Brisson at 65 Acre Drive, map lot and block 3832-29-90. This still has a current litigation on it, right?
No. Well, the status right now is, over Mr. Person, and he is looking to remove the structure that we, yeah.
Entirely?
Yeah, entirely, yep. In fact, I gave him verbal approval to do that. So now this is a new application for, activity in the other place.
As you know, from our kind of past experience and everything else, one is a matter of record, there's a lot and everything. Yeah, homeowner has to rate the building. Now, the exceptions is we want minimal impact, to any design and everything else. We can't take away their rights to put something there if it's a approved building on it, and apparently it is. So what we have now is a 2-bedroom home within our, well, it's within our 200 of the Moosup River, it's within 100 of the wetland water course, and of course it abuts the area here, so. The main reason that it's in front of us. But, Joe, this is the first time you came in front of us.
Yep.
This is to accept it tonight.
Yes, we just accepted tonight. The project engineer couldn't make it tonight. He's got another meeting conflict, so. It's pretty straightforward, the site plan shows, where the septic and, the footprint of the house goes. The well is being constructed or potentially constructed down, beyond the metal building that's currently there right now.
Yeah, or the little garage, right, just before, right after that, it drops down.
Yep.
No. They right now had like a gate there too. Yeah, correct. Did you see that?
I haven't been on there like.
Oh, yeah, they put up a cattle gate, months ago, actually. That separates the upper from the wooden shed that we
Okay.
wanted out.
Oh,
So they almost kind of blocked it off, so no one, don't go down there
Oh,
kind of
okay.
thing.
All right.
Which was nice, because, the gate has big openings in it, and, it really wouldn't be a problem for flooding or anything like that. Okay. All right, well, this needs, review and everything. What I like to see though is the floodplain put on here is. I don't believe that's it, is it? Yep, no, it is floodline, I thought it was there, to be erosion. Okay. So we got the 100-year right there.
Yep.
Yeah, it was really, it had to, you know, the wood frame kind of had to come out, it was even below base, our requirement for 1 foot base flood elevation, so that would have killed it there. There was all kind of reasons, but I'm happy to see that, we can work this out here and get something on here.
As a commission, do you guys have any issues with them taking that down? As
Oh,
part of-
the wood frame house?
Yeah,
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay.
No, that was a requirement,
okay.
you know,
Well,
so.
it's good, because it just.
And if you could pull the sonotubes out, if possible.
Sure.
Okay. I always thought, I know the gate and everything is kind of a temporary, and I have to give this some thought with you, Joe, and everything else, but that area where it drops down,
Mhm.
you know how they have, it would be nice if there were billards there. So you can't go down there, because floodplain, floodway, you know, most like,
Well, as part of, like, when you're considering this new application, maybe permanent signage would be a good, condition of approval that, the wetland placards. You know, so that down the road, like if
No,
guy sells this or something, you know, there's placards, permanently placards there so that, you know, there's no, you know, you wanna go down there and camp and picnic or whatever, that's fine, but no,
sure.
no structures, no developments.
And I understand that and everything else, but you know, that's a passive way, I mean, because they can just use it whenever down there, really. It would be nice to have little concrete, holes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Almost like your sonotubes.
Whatever, that can be a condition.
Because what I like about that and everything, you can always walk down there, you can always enjoy it, you can take your camp, it's not like a, you know, you can do what you want to enjoy the area and everything else. But it protects it also from potential gasoline spills, petroleum products. This is our floodplain, our floodway, our wetland. It's quite a sensitive
Or I'm gonna
area,
build this down there, yeah.
Oh.
Exactly, yep, right.
just to keep them out of there from vehicles and stuff,
Yeah.
would make me a little, feel better. All right, good. So we we can review this and everything, take a plan with us, and then next month, discuss it, and if we vote on it, and see, move on from there.
You guys don't wanna do a site walk? To see any of this stuff staked out, so you know where it is, or?
Where are they at with it right now? This right here.
What's the status?
It's just an application right
It's just
now,
an
I don't think anything staked out on the site.
Even with them, yeah. Okay.
Right. To your knowledge, have they started taking down that wood frame?
All I know is he talked with the engineer, talked with me, and he wanted to take it down, I don't know if it's actually started yet or not, but
Okay.
I'm all in favor of it, so, you know, we don't have to go to lawsuit. You know,
Oh, yeah, no, I'm-
Thousands of dollars, so, I mean, I don't have any
It's
issue.
better for both parties. Guys wanna check it out?
Myself, it ain't gonna change that, you might as well give it to Joe.
No,
Probably. I don't want it.
okay, no site walk.
No, sorry, well,
Well, 30 feet from the road, right? That thing's
Yeah,
close.
it's pretty tight, yeah.
I will leave it up to you.
Okay.
To do it, all
How
right?
do you get, how did it test pit, how do they perk? Test it.
That's
It's pretty low, huh? 'Cause if you look at if I remember the elevation, by the time they dig down
Yeah,
there.
it's, the test hole data is up top here, so.
Yeah.
One right there.
It's all floodplain soil, it's gonna be sand.
Yeah, it's all gravel.
Yeah, break out until like,
Yeah.
the riverbed, yeah.
Worked pretty good.
They're gonna have to.
You know, the well's gonna work.
And you hope.
I hope it's not water well. All right, and we'll move on. Item number 8, agent reports, do you have anything?
Just a couple things, Lake approached me about, the fire department, what they're looking to do is, there are a couple of fire ponds, on Sawmill Road and Gibson Hill Road. Yeah, they're all getting all grown in and they're all sediment, you know, so what they're looking to do is, they wanna
Maintenance.
maintenance. So the chief's gonna get in touch with me, we're gonna look at them and determine whether technically a permit will be needed because they're working in wetlands. You know, they're established ponds, but what they're looking to do is just basically, you know, scoop all the muck and stuff out so that they can, you know, the suctions don't get all clogged up with mud and whatever.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That one on Sawmill, is that the one like across from the?
From Jordan.
Yeah, that's like, from when I was a kid, that's like nothing now. But they used to be pretty deep.
So I see, I can't technically do an agent approval on it because it's working, I'm gonna assume is wetlands. But we'll need approval from you.
Well, no, I understand. I usually call some of these things like detention ponds and everything else. I mean, if a site had a detention pond, we require them to clean it out as a maintenance schedule. But we don't require them to come back and get a permit.
Right,
So, no, I know it's an area that's probably can go either way. Because I look at it as, fire prevention, and this is necessary to have a fire pond there. And it's a maintenance of an existing fire pond.
Yeah.
If they wanted to build one in a wetland, you know, we would definitely want to be able to bring in front of
something
the
new, right, yeah, okay. The other thing I had is Kim brought up to me, Providence Road.
Yeah.
The town, you know, one of the things that these guys have to do is maintain roads, culverts, swales, things like that. And Kim brought up to me the fact that on Providence Road, they were doing, it appears to me they were trying to stabilize steep slopes adjacent to the wetlands. They dumped rocks and riprap and a lot of that stuff rolled into the stream and things like that. And what I explained to Kim was that, you know, we, almost the same kind of thing, we almost had kind of like a maintenance or a, what do we call it?
A deal.
Say again?
A deal?
No, not a deal,
I think that's.
when I spoke with Russell, it was kind of like an ongoing permit, like a maintenance permit. That, you know, if anything serious was gonna come up where they had to, you know, like on, bridge, you know, serious crossings and things like that, they would come before you, but the smaller maintenance type issues, they would, you know, go ahead and do them, again, same thing, public safety. I think what I wanna do is implement with Lake, some more of a control, where if these issues are more invasive to wetlands, that they contact me. You know, cleaning out culverts, things like that are one thing, but, you know, if they're gonna be, reestablishing riprap on a significant portion of road, you know, they should contact me and I can look at it and say, okay, no, this has to go before the commission, or yeah, I'm fine with that kind of thing.
Maybe give you a list of what the projects are.
Exactly, you know, like the
everything
town
else.
of Chaplin, where I work, the DPW guy does that already. He's like, okay, Joe, I think this one is a little major. I want your input on it, whereas, you know, we're just cleaning out the culvert here. It's a temporary disturbance, you know.
I think if their footprint doesn't significantly or maybe even enlarge, you know, for the, what it used to be, the project. Let's say they have a basin, then they have, you know, they do some slope work and everything else, but they generally do that in this area without expanding out, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, that might kind of help, but I think, yeah, we're gonna really have to leave it up to you, to decide if it is a significant increase in work.
Yep.
Right in front of the commission.
Well, the other thing too is like, you know, some of these projects, they're kind of on the cusp whether we want the town engineer involved. You know, where he's gonna say, well, no, you don't just dump riprap down the slide of the slope here, you
Right,
wanna do this, you wanna do A, B, C, or D.
correct.
And I think in projects like that, if he's getting involved, then
And we should
you
too.
guys can be involved.
Okay, so it's no
something
longer
more-
minor enough.
It's not a minor thing where they're just trying to maintain versus construct.
That's how it's been in the past, right?
Yeah,
That's how it's
good.
usually been.
Mm,
Whenever the town engineer was involved, we were always involved.
Right, right,
Not that they'd already had a plan, but.
okay.
You go with that, Kim?
Yeah, so they're gonna come to you, like, if, where's the definition on when they're gonna come, I guess, to you? Where is the definition in what they are gonna consider something significant, I guess, is my question. Or are you just you just gonna kind of keep an eye on it?
Well,
I mean, who's gonna
it's tough for me to
decide?
keep an eye on it unless they notify me, hey, Joe, we're gonna do a culvert on, you know, Providence Road or whatever.
Mm.
I see your point though, yeah, it's,
What makes,
Yeah,
I'll just,
I'll tell you, for instance, I think a couple of years ago, there was some good sized piles of sand and salt that probably was cleaned up from the road that was dumped right within 10 feet of the wetlands. Good, two big piles of it, you know.
Yep.
And then maybe the next year on the opposite end of Providence, there was like an area bulldozed, pretty much bulldozed the same kind of material into the wetlands.
Mm.
And probably in order to, you know, make a little diversion for water, run off from the road. And then this last, situation are boulders just on the side of that little stream, but into the water, and it's not really doing anything to prevent any runoff, any erosion from the runoff of the road.
Yep.
There's still a good amount of, you know, erosion going on there, so it's not stopping that. So in those situations, do we, you know, how do we get someone involved that might put a, you know, maybe riprap instead of boulders or?
Yep.
um,
I think the way to go is I'll talk with Lake. And, I will just have, you know, whoever the head of the DPW is, if any activity is going to be happening, they contact me and I look at it and say, not an issue, or yes, it is an issue.
Mhm.
I think that's the only way to deal with it, because
Yeah.
like you said, you know, the DPW guy is gonna go, yeah, it's no big deal,
Right,
you know, and, you know, all of a sudden you get a wetland filled in.
yeah,
So if they contact me and I can make the call, then I'll do it.
and does our town engineer get involved in those situations?
Well, again, minor
What?
stuff like culvert maintenance and things like that, no, but like, you know, when they have an issue where, you know, wetlands or flows are compromising a road, yeah, now he's involved.
Mhm.
We don't need the town engineer to, you know, to stabilize minor things, but
Mhm.
major project, yeah, absolutely. You guys good with that?
sound good? Yeah. Anything else, Joe, to report?
No.
All right, move on to adjournment. You have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
We have a motion, we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
We have a second, all those in favor? Opposed? Carried. We are adjourned. Thank you.
Happy New Year.